First of all, thanks for making AI so simple. It is always a fascinating word, and all the students always wanted to know about it because it's in trend right now. So, one ethical question which always comes in the mind of the parents. See, AI, because a lot of students wants to use the AI to do their projects and other thing. Is AI making the students dumb, or it is helping them to learn better?
See, I'll answer this little differently. Like it depends on the person. So, and it is true for every technology. So the way internet has come, the misuse of internet has also been a major use case in cyber crime. The way telecom has grown, the way telecom is being misused for these fraud calls and all of that. Similarly, when any technology comes, there are two sides of the coin. It is for that individual to decide how they can make best use of that technology. But as a student, what I would emphasize is that AI is not just about doing your homework. Even if you do it, even if you pass your class or pass your exams or projects, that is not what will help you in your career. So all of you are in schools learning, getting educated. My understanding is not by force, it's by choice, because you feel that education is that enabler to give you a better life in future, which means that misusing a technology will not help. So as individuals, it is your responsibility to leverage these tools and technologies that are available for everyone's disposal for the good use, for positive impact, to learn and become more productive. So I talked about this that AI, Gen AI is transforming education, edtech, which is true. Does not mean that it is transforming you to copy your homework or just to get answers of certain questions. How it will help you is that, let's say a concept is taught in the class, but you have not fully understood it. You can go to your faculty, you can ask them questions, you can go to these AI models and ask them that can you explain it in simple terms, can you further you can reason with these chatbots. You can say that, okay, I understood this part but I did not understand this part, can you help me understand this little better. AI can help you further break down that problem, a larger concept, into small concepts and make you understand that part. So that is how you have to leverage AI. On the larger front, there are concerns about whether AI is ethical or will it replace jobs. As I was mentioning earlier, time will tell. But what these large organizations are also doing is making sure that the technology is not biased. The most critical piece is that technology should not be biased because it is controlled by very few players in the world. There is a saying, garbage in, garbage out. What you will feed in the model, on what data the model is trained, will accordingly the output will be generated like this. So I'll just give you a recent example, and so, just to give you context that AI is not 100% accurate. Up till 15th July to 2024, if you ask a chat GPT which is greater 9.11 and 9.9, it was giving an answer 9.11. And I am talking about 2024 July. So, and this is such a basic problem. Anyone can tell that 9.9 is greater than 9.11, but the AI model was not able to answer that because it was trained like this. The way it calculates is, post decimal, it checks, the number of digits, and 11 is greater than 9, and that's why it is, throwing an answer of that 9.11 is greater than 9.9. So, human oversight is always important, and these models are also evolving, and there is lot of thought process around creating frameworks, around creating models to guide AI, and which is happening. Like a lot of governments are coming up with their frameworks. It will continue to happen, but as individuals, be cognizant of the fact that AI is not 100% accurate, and second is that you have to make good use of AI.
He described AI as almost as computers, like just like you wouldn't, like you have to learn how to use a computer in the same way you have to learn how to use AI. I'm sure there are lots of students here who have non-technical backgrounds in the future. How important is it for them also to be proficient in AI? You touched on a few, but just to elaborate.
See, okay, I'll give you an example. Who all wants to become an entrepreneur, want to start their own? Anything. I would want to start as a farmer, or as I want to start some manufacturing. I want to start a showroom. I want to start IT services. Everyone will have some. So these are the roles which are separate from the typical corporate roles. I want to become a doctor, engineer, scientist. Who all wants to become an entrepreneur? And if anyone wants to talk about what they want to do, I can tell them that how they can leverage AI in what they are planning to do. So to answer a question, that AI is again not only about people who wants to build their career in corporate, especially in IT. It is for everyone. If I want to today, if I have an idea, let's say I am a non-technical guy, I don't know coding. I have an idea, I want to build an app which will solve, let's say, the class attendance problem. The faculty, the teacher don't have to, come in the class and call out names. And now a lot of people are, using mobiles or through face recognition. So there's a camera in the class. Whosoever has, come in the class, it will capture their picture and mark the attendance automatically. So let's say I want to build this model. I can today take help of AI to write the code. You have to tell AI what you want to do, what is the use case that you want to build, and AI will help you write a technical code on Java, Python to solve this use case where the camera input is being fed into that model. The model is processing that input and then marking attendance automatically. This can be done by one person without having a need to build a team where you are having developers, testers. So that's how you can leverage AI. So it's about what use cases, what problem you want to solve. So you have to think it through and then search Google how you can leverage technology to solve that problem.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about the prompt and then the electricity gone and you couldn't complete it. So could you elaborate how to write the best prompt so that they can start using the ChatGPT or other things to get better?
Sure. So see, prompt is nothing. Prompt is it's a term used to used to interact with these models. It's a language that you use to interact with these models, be it ChatGPT or any other model. And as I was mentioning earlier, garbage in, garbage out. What you will ask the model, it will, basis the model's understanding, it will give you the output accordingly. So I will just relate it with the example that I was taking earlier, that I want to go to Mussoorie in December with 3 people. So if you ask this question versus I want to ask that I want to go to Mussoorie with my kid for 3 days via flight, then you have given a lot of relevant information to the model to customize, personalize their output. So prompt is all about that how can you write a very clear, crisp question, communication to the model for them to understand your question, your context better, and then give you a more personalized answer. So if I would have asked the previous question that I want to go to Missouri in December with 3 people, it would have given me some answer. If I'll say that I'm going with a kid, I'm going for 3 days, I'm going by a flight, it now understand these things and then give me a very specific answer. And this is something that you can try in your phones. You go to these models, ask one question which is not very narrow, it's a broad question, and ask a very particular question. So if you ask who is the Prime Minister of India, or you ask who is the current Prime Minister of India, there is a difference. If you ask who is the Prime Minister, who are the Prime Ministers of India, it will give you all the Prime Ministers. If you ask who are the Prime Ministers from, let's say, a particular political party, or who are the Prime Ministers who have completed their full tenure since independence, it will only give you those 5-7 Prime Ministers who have completed their tenure. So it's about how you are asking a very specific question, and those questions are called prompts. So your prompts has to be very precise in order to get the right answer.
It sounds like students should experiment with these tools.
Yeah,
I think that's how you get better.
It is totally about you iterate, you learn that what you have asked, what output you have got. If you ask something, you modify that question, see are you getting a better output. You keep on modifying the question and understand that okay, I have added this term which has helped me get a better answer. So it's a process. So you will learn that how to how to ask the right question to get a right answer.
I think that example you gave before of Instagram posts and WhatsApp social media posts, I think that's really...
Yeah, I think there also, if you ask
and that's why they should experiment.
Yeah, definitely.
Science stream as well as commerce stream, there is a general misconception among the student that all the technologies are more relevant for the science students, but not for the commerce students. Not all, but few students always have a mindset saying like, why should we learn these kind of technologies? What will be the use cases? Could you elaborate on it? How it will be more helpful for the commerce stream and the finance stream?
Commerce side, lot of people become accountants. A lot of people become go into law, become lawyers. So all these fields, there are models which are available. So as I was mentioning earlier, so we as students today know only very few models. So ChatGPT being one, or Gemini, Google's Gemini being other, the Meta's Llama being the other. But like this, there are thousands of models, and each model has certain specialization, certain use cases. That they want to, that they can solve. And right now in accounts also, what do we do as an accountant? So we try to create balance sheets, understand what is the the credit underwriting and lot of stuff. Now all of that stuff is getting automated. So for example, Tally being one software being used by accountants a lot. I have a friend in Tally who is working on automating lot of stuff, and some part of it is already live. So as I was mentioning earlier, all these fields be law. So there are billion-dollar companies today who have created these models which can do lot of research on your behalf, which can help you process the information, help you do your research, because these law roles or all the roles that requires deep research. So their data and again information is being fed in the model, and those models help you come up with the research very fast. And once you have that research, you can then leverage that research to solve the problem that you are trying to solve. So again, I will repeat that it's not about only technical roles. In non-technical roles also, be it you want to become a farmer, how can you use technology? So right now there's a lot of technology being built to improve productivity of farmers. There are a lot of drone technology, and AI is not just software. That's another thing that I want to say, that AI is, clubbed with a hardware. There is lot of, IoT, if you have heard, Internet of Things. So this is basically the sensors that will help you understand the weather patterns, your crop patterns, and help you, answer lot of things that what should you do next. So across field, leverage, AI, leverage technology. Not AI is one part of it, but leverage technology to become more efficient.